Confidence comes from a few different areas in no particular order. One, confidence comes from demonstrated performance. When we can see ourselves being competent at what we do, it helps increase our confidence. So part of it is trying to put ourselves in positions where we can show that we're capable of doing something. If you're a basketball player, you work on basic ball handling drills and basic shooting drills, and you see the ball go through the basket. You see yourself able to switch hands when dribbling, and that starts to feed your confidence as you try to attempt more difficult things. So the ability to showcase demonstrated performance. Another area that we help build our confidence is through preparation. The more work we put in during the unseen hours, the more likely we'll be confident when the time arises. You take somebody like Stephen Curry, who's not only the greatest basketball shooter of all time, but arguably the most prepared shooter of all time because of the work he puts in. And it's not an accident, and it's not luck. That young man has made millions of shots in empty gyms when no one is watching, which has helped feed his confidence when the entire world is watching.
Mhm.
Another one is confidence comes from keeping the promises that we make to ourselves. It's important to keep promises with others, but nothing is more important than the promises we keep to ourselves. If you tell yourself, tomorrow morning, I'm going to get up at 6 a.m. and I'm going to make 300 jump shots. If you choose not to do that and you wake up the next morning and you hit the snooze button and you pull the covers back over your head, you are starting to erode your confidence. Whereas if you actually keep your word and you do that, now you're actually killing many birds with one stone. You've kept a promise to yourself. You are preparing by doing that workout, and you'll most likely have some demonstrated performance when you're actually doing the workout. So that would be a perfect example of how a basketball player would build their confidence. And the last thing, which kind of is a combination of all of this, is our confidence comes from the little voice inside our head that we use to talk to ourselves. It's the story we tell ourselves. It's the narrative that we have, and if anyone listening right now is saying, well, I don't have a little voice in my head, it's the little voice that just said that to you. So yes, you absolutely do. We all do. And we just have to learn how to make sure that the things we say to ourselves, which are arguably the most important things we'll ever say, are empowering. They lift us up, instead of what a lot of people do is we get very self-critical. We judge ourselves. We tell ourselves we're no good, and that will erode our confidence. And this is not a fake affirmation. This is not telling yourself I'm great if you haven't put in the work to deserve to be great. It's about being honest, but it's also about being kind to yourself and empowering. And it's been my experience that a good practice for all of us is to learn how to speak to ourselves the same way we would speak to a loved one. If I'm a parent, I have 3 children that I love immensely. If one of my kids was having a hard time, as a parent, I want to comfort them. I want to let them know that I believe in them, that I have their back, that yes, this is a tough thing you're going through, but I know you're strong enough to get past this, and I love you and I believe in you. And I have to learn to talk to myself in that same tone. Because as I said before, many people, we get critical of ourselves, we beat ourselves up, we judge ourselves, we think I'm no good, and that will erode confidence. And I know that was a mouthful, but if we can slowly do those 4 things rather consistently, then confidence will start to build. And then the last thing, and this one's so important, confidence begets confidence. We become more confident by feeling confident, because when we feel confident, we perform well. When we perform well, we now have a right to be confident, and it creates this circle that will actually help us level up.